Good afternoon, everybody. I've had a little bash on the Courier Exchange today for the first time, and it was good in some ways, and in some ways it's quite daunting. I've learnt a few things just even on the first day. What I've learnt is you're better off trying to have a job ready for the morning. So you're better off looking on the feed for a job that comes out in the morning to start you off in the day. I've also learnt you could sit there forever waiting for the perfect job, and the perfect job won't arrive. So you've really got to strike while the iron's hot. And I've also learned that you can't overbid, not too much anyway. So again, I think things like the prices and the best time to bid will come with experience. But essentially what happened today is that after faffing about yesterday, uploading documents that didn't go through all right, they finally put me on the exchange. And I had a look on the feed last night, and it was like, seemed quite busy, you know, because I live in Royton, which is just kind of outside Manchester, between Oldham and Rochdale. And I think the feed set to about 50-mile radius. And it seemed busy. There was lots of work popping up. You know, some of it was small van. Some of it, you know, was extra large for, you know, vans and long wheelbases. So I was just kind of looking at the work that was coming out, not thinking that maybe I should bid on some of this and look at it. It might be going out tomorrow morning. And I thought I'll get up fairly early and I'll, you know, try and do some work. I wasn't intending to do a lot, but I got up quite early, and the feed doesn't really start warming up till probably sort of like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then it goes a bit manic after 9. So I didn't actually get a job till 9:30. I did bid for some earlier, but I must have overbid, or maybe the fact that I don't have any feedback probably went against me a bit. But eventually I got a job from Bury, which is not too far from me, and that went into Manchester, and I bid £40 for it. It was a long wheelbase job. It was just a couple of pallets though, from a little cardboard company, and I took them into Manchester, sort of like Hume area, and then I parked up and did me pods and photographs and things like that, and then I bid for a job from Trafford Park, which wasn't far away, and that went to kind of South Manchester. It was only £30. It was a medium wheelbase job. It was one pallet, quite easy. And then nothing much was happening for me. I was bidding for work. There's lots coming out, and I saw a job in Ashton, kind of Mosley. So I bid for it. It was again a medium wheelbase job, and I got that, and it was going to Bradford, and I got £40 to go to Bradford. Now by now it was about 1 o'clock maybe, and 11:30 when I delivered, and the feed was quite busy in West Yorkshire, and there was a couple of jobs. There was one in Pudsey, which wasn't too far away, going to Altrincham, and then I saw a job that was like 2 miles away from me. It was a small van job, and it was going to like Middleton, which is near where I live. So I thought I'll just do that to go home if I can get it. So I put a bid in of £31 to go home, and they rang me and said, "Oh, you got quite a big van. You can co-load if you want. We don't mind." But I said, "Oh, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't know how to do it and do all the paperwork and the hassle. I'll just grab that." And it was a house address, and it was a really elderly Asian gentleman who had hardly any English. He was really frail, and it was the most mangy microwave oven. No packaging on it, no paperwork on it, nothing. So I filled in one of these like generic delivery notes that I've asked my wife to print out for me. I did some originally, but I put the company logo on and found out you can't do that. And I got him to sign and print as best as he can, And I put a message, when you say you've collected, to say that, elderly gentleman, not very good English, not great quality product and not wrapped. So I took a picture of it to show the condition it was in and where it was when I got it. And I took it to a shop in Middleton. And it turns out it's for someone who lives in one of the flats above the shop. And they're paying whatever, £30 to have this microwave oven that's probably worth about £5 delivered. And the shopkeeper accepted the delivery. And I thought, well, I'll take a picture of it on the shop counter as well, just to cover my own bum. And that's it, so I'm done. So I've done £100 for the day. I've started about 9:30 and finished at just after 3 o'clock. So it's not too bad. And I didn't have any expectations of what I was going to do. But my trepidation comes now. I think I've emailed my invoices off. I think so. Because I've had copies of those invoices have arrived in my email address. So I'm assuming now that that's done. Or should I post copies of those invoices as well to be safe? So any advice on that will be welcome. What do you do? Obviously, these things I don't expect the money from for a month and a half or something. I took photographs at the places where I went to be safe and uploaded those with the PODs and everything. And beyond that, I couldn't see what else to do, because they say, we want on the page some of the things that we want, this collection note, but you haven't got a printer in your bleeding van, have you? How many people carry printers about with them? So all you can do is a handwritten one. Some of the things that they seem to ask you to do seems to be a bit ridiculous. I mean, at the end of the day, maybe some people do carry a printer around with them in their van, but I don't. I've got one at home. So I've just printed out these blank generic ones with all the information and the reference on, and I hope that'll do. But if any of these have had problems, or give us any advice on that side of things, because obviously I'm not 100% sure of it. And that'll be welcome. But all in all, considering it was quite a short working day, I was playing at it. At one point I was panicking, and then it seemed to fall together. There seemed to be quite a bit of work. And if you go to, like, West Yorkshire seems quite busy as well. There seems to be quite a lot of stuff going back to the northwest side. So, that could be worth bearing in mind. There's quite a few long distance jobs came out, Edinburgh and things like that, I noticed. I didn't bid for any of those. And I'm not even sure what price you should bid at. From what I can thinking, I think for a long wheelbase job, maybe you should ask around £1 to £1.10. And then sort of like going out to 90p for me, wheelbase, and 70p. But with the fuel prices, you don't want to go too low, do you? And then I don't want to go so low that I'm undercutting somebody else and driving prices down. So all of this is just going to come by experience. I'm going to give a shout out to Neil from Neptune Couriers, who was kind enough to ring me, and it was really nice to hear from him. And he did ask me some questions about ADR. I've put that I've got ADR on my feed now, and I've had a message back saying that they've accepted that. So I'm hoping that if any ADR jobs come out, it will show on my feed. I've not noticed any though. I don't think there is many on here, but we'll see. But it's not bad. I've got to get used to it. I might have done some things wrong with this invoicing. That I'll only find out in due course. But I did follow the instructions. Pressed en route, pressed delivered, and I was courteous. I was polite. So I can't really think what else you can do. So tomorrow I'm going to try again. I'm going to have a look at the feed for a bit and see if I can pick a job up to set me off tomorrow, to start me off for the day, because that appears to me to be the key. If you've already got a job lined up, you can relax a bit. You'd have to sit looking at the feed then, do you? So we're going to have a bash at that and see what happens. I'll let you all know maybe in a week or so how I've gotten after a week. Thanks for those who watched, and thanks for those who've messaged and give me some advice. It is all most welcome. I filled the van up yesterday, because obviously when you buy it there's not much fuel in it, and I bought an AdBlue as well. I've not got my fuel card yet, so I thought I'll go to Tesco because it's a bit cheaper there. And with the AdBlue it was £143. Now, I've not done bad today. I had a full tank and I'm still between full and 3/4 on the tank. So that's not bad. But it's still frightening though, isn't it? It's absolutely frightening. So if you was doing stuff like Edinburgh's, where, you know, you're going to use that full tank to get there and back, it's a bit of an ask, isn't it? It's a good job I've got money put aside as a contingency, because it still is expensive. I've seen the accountant. I sat down with him yesterday and he's took me everything through. It looks like I'm going to be flat rate VAT, but nothing yet. He's advised me not to pay myself just yet. He wants to see the invoices coming in the next couple of months or so, so that they can get a best idea of how it's going to pan out. So, excuse me, scratching my ear. So we'll leave it there. So thank you for watching. Good luck to all of you out there. I hope you're all doing well. And it's early days for me yet, so it's showing promise. I've not reached any despair yet, just a little bit of confusion. Thank you.